Welcome to Half Hour of Indie, where I play an indie game for half an hour to get a view of what some games look like. Some people may not have heard these games, so I'll spotlight them and see what people think. Today I'll be playing Dear Esther. I think it's Esther. Not entirely sure, but I'm gonna go with that. If it's wrong, leave a comment in the below. Just leave a comment telling me I'm a dick. Nah, that usually works. Alright. We will start this game now. Don't know where I'm going, so let's start with the lighthouse. Yes. This is taking an awfully long amount of time to load. There we go. Lovely.
Dear Esther, I sometimes feel as if I've given birth to this island. Somewhere between the longitude and latitude, a split opened up, and it beached remotely here. No matter how hard I correlate, it remains a singularity, an alpha point in my life that refuses all hypothesis. I return each time leaving fresh markers that I hope, in the full glare of my hopelessness, will have blossomed into fresh insight in the interim.
Looks pretty. Oh, I've got control. I did not realize I had control. Wow. Yeah. Pretty. Can't get it through a door. Alright. Oh. By the way, I haven't played this game before, so I don't know what I'm expecting. So good luck with this. Maybe a disaster. So that'll be fun. Everyone loves a good disaster. That just does a little bit of zoom. There's inbuilt zooms you have into your eyes. Ooh, I'm just running awfully slow all of a sudden. Oh, there we go. So we'll look around. Running up a road. Lighthouse. It's very pretty. I do like pretty. And oh, so do I just... Yep, okay, cool. Marvelous.
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing. I can't climb up the side. Ooh, what's that? Don't know what that means. I guess it means there's no bridge there or something? Set any controls for this game. Controller. Okay, I guess. Just go back to game and see what happens. What the game expects me to do, so just nope. Nope. Okay. Fun. Come on, there's gotta be something more to this. Zoom, lots of zooms. Oh no, nope. Every button does the same thing. Great. So we'll keep walking. If we don't fall. Oh no. Yeah, I guess just walk along the beach. Stick in the sand. Can't see my toes. Makes sense. Don't really know where I'm going. Can't walk over rocks apparently. So I'm not really sure what I think of this game yet. Could be good.
Those islands in the distance, I'm sure, are nothing more than relics of another time, sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
Yeah. It's enjoyable, but it's a little bit boring. Personally. This is my thoughts. Yeah, I feel like I should be
Reading Donnelly by the weak afternoon sunlight. He landed on the south side of the island, followed the path to the bay and climbed the mount. He did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side. I think this is why his understanding of the island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend, but then he didn't have my reasons.
It's enjoyable, this game. I don't really know what to expect.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
That sounds creepy. Clearly the guy's gone a little bit insane. A little bit loopy.
I quote directly, a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most God-forsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
Oh, shipwreck. That looks pretty. Let's just go. Oh! Ow. I didn't break any door. Let's go have a look at the boat. Why not? See if it looks pretty.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Oh no, this is
I find myself increasingly unable to find that point where the hermit ends and Paul and I begin. We are woven into a sodden blanket, stuffed into the bottom of a boat to stop the leak and hold back the ocean. My neck aches from staring up at the aerial. It mirrors the dull throb in my gut where I am sure I've begun to form another stone. In my dreams, it forms into a perfect representation of Lot's wife, head over her shoulder, staring along the motorway at the approaching traffic, in a vacuum of fatalistic calm.
Yeah. The race is lovely, but I'd rather just listen to that. Oh. Okay. Oh, wait, there we go. This is a boat. Give me a boat. Oh, I'm coming all the way just for a boat. Oh, well, there's a path up there, we can go there. Let's have a look. And up. What?
Come back.
What? What? Yeah, okay, I'll just ignore that then. I don't know what happened then. Let's go towards the light. No, not in that sense, that sounds bad. Towards the light. It's so beautiful. It looks lovely. So, maybe I should follow the path. Oh.
I dreamt I stood in the center of the sun, and the solar radiation cooked my heart from the inside. My teeth will curl and my fingernails fall off into my pockets like loose change. If I could stomach, I'd eat, but all I seem capable of is salt water. Were the livestock still here, I could turn feral and gorge. I'm as emaciated as a body on a slab, opened up for a premature source of death. I've rowed to this island in a heart without a bottom, all the bacteria of my gut rising up to sing to me.
Seems to be some kind of scientist. Interesting. Well, keep going and see what happens. Creepy. It's awfully getting dark. Let's keep going. Guess we'll go down here. And all loading. By the way, I'm playing this with the controller if anyone hasn't realised. Just chose to use it because I prefer it. And also,
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
is that someone over? I'm assuming it's not, because I'm guessing I'm quite alone. But we shall see. Lovely bit of boat over there. I like all the British references that I understand. Which was the... Let's go this way. Oh. I guess I'll inspect this, see what's going on. jump, so I guess I'll just walk up to it and brush my hand against a rusty crate. That sounds like a euphemism for something. I don't know what. Ah. I'm enjoying this game. I didn't think I would. Not really sure what to make of it entirely, but I'll just keep playing on. The narrator's lovely enough.
I had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Oh, well, that sounds cheery. As always, a lovely pick-me-up. Yeah, I meant to note, don't jump off a waterfall.
What charnel house lies at the foot of this abyss? How many dead shepherds could fill this hole?
I'll try not to fall in there. It's very tempting to jump, but I don't have a jump button. Ooh, house. Come on, house. Oh, it's so far away. Who built this island? Am I so alone? Ooh, a
I've
house.
begun to climb, away from the sea and towards the center. It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
The fuck? I don't know what's going on, but yeah. I hope there's someone on this island. I hate being alone. So alone.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either. When the oil lamps ran out, I didn't pick up a torch, but used the moonlight to read by. When I've pulled the last shreds of sense from it, I will throw Donnelly's book from the cliffs and perhaps myself with it. Maybe it will wash back up through the caves and erupt from the spring when the rain comes, making its return to the hermit's cave. Perhaps it will be back on the table when I wake. I think I may have thrown it into the sea several times before.
Sounds like this guy is just trapped on this island. Sounds quite shitty. Just it's got to be some way up there now. Oh, must get up the land a little bit. Come on. God damn it. So, okay, I'll follow the path. I hope this is a path. Looks like one. Should get me somewhere. Oh, down the hill. I don't want to go up there. Can I? Doesn't look that way, no. No, I guess we'll go down. Yes. Sorry, I just been distracted. Not really much to comment on this game. I'd say something, but it's just what you see. Yeah, obviously this guy seems to be trapped on an island and can't get off. Seems to be
What to
repeating.
make of Donnelly? The laudanum and the syphilis? It is clearly not how he began, but I've been unable to discover if the former was a result of his visiting the island or the force that drove him here. For the syphilis, a drunk driver smashing his insides into a pulp as he stumbled these paths, I can only offer my empathy. We're all victims of our age. My disease is the internal combustion engine and the cheap fermentation of yeast.
Did he kill his own wife? This is my theory. Now he's tormented.
They found Jakobsen in early spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. He'd struggled halfway down the cliff path, perhaps looking for some lost goat, or perhaps in a delirium, and expired, curled into a claw right under the winter moon. Even the animals shunned his corpse. The mainlanders thought to bring it home unlucky. Donnelly claims they dragged it to the caves to thaw out and rot, but he is proving an unreliable witness.
Is he speaking in the third person partly? I don't really understand. Oh.
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped and fell and have injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones. I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
I just don't know anymore. I don't know what to make of this game. It's clearly enjoyable and just not sure if I could recommend it to anyone. Ow. Sounded quite painful.
From here, this last time, I have understood there is no turning back. The torch is failing along with my resolve. I can hear the singing of the sea creatures from the passages above me, and they are promising the return of the gulls.
Oh, that's my torch gone. Who lit the candle? The fuck? There it is. It's just pretty much my general response to anything in this game is the fuck? Oh, it looks pretty. Oh, it doesn't lead anywhere. It's not up there. Very pretty. Do I just... Well, why not? And up we go. This doesn't look dangerous at all. And just walk up a sliding path. Just water on rocks. That's never been slippery before. I only have a busted leg. I don't even remember breaking it, which is odd. Oh. Okay. Looks like I'm on the right track. I don't know. Oh, shit. That's where I jumped. So who keeps lighting these candles? What kind of madman lives on this island and just randomly lights candles? Oh, I know, I'll just light a candle. Is there anything? No, just... yeah.
I am traveling through my own body, following the line of infection from the shattered femur towards the heart. I swallow fistfuls of painkillers to stay lucid. In my delirium, I see the twin lights of the moon and the Ariel shining to me through the rocks.
That looks promising. Come on, exit. Come on, exit. Anyone? Anywhere? There's got to be an exit somewhere here. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, this is pretty. I keep saying that for this entire. Oh, exit. Freedom. No! So close. I can taste the freedom. It's glorious. Alright. Oh. Wait, which? Yeah. Okay, cool.
This is a drowned man's face, reflected in the moonlit waters. It can only be a dead shepherd who has come to drunk drive you home.
Yeah. This guy seems to be regaling stories of himself in the third person, I guess. Behold, Damascus? Fuck, I don't even know. Circuit board, I guess? No. No, but kind of. Diagrams. Creepy. Away from being a city? What? And it shall be a furious head? The... what? I'm gonna go and assume. So they're going delirious. Yeah. Okay. Okay, come back. Just make it. Yep. Nope. See where this leads me. to freedom, hopefully. Sunlight notes, a little bit kind of. Oh, that means my 30 minutes are up. I guess that ends this. Find out what happens. If someone wants me to make another series, I will. I'll definitely make a series. I can't seem to save it, which is a bit of a shame. Oh well. Thank you for watching my 30 minutes of playing Dear Esther. Yes, Esther. I will bid you a farewell. Join me next time, where I shall play another indie game for half an hour. Farewell. Farewell and goodbye.